Kia ora. What's on your mind, Alicia?
What's on my mind this week? I've been thinking about it all week. I like to have a theme for the week, actually, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And this week it really did.
You're such a geek, aren't you?
Oh, I'm such a nerd. I like planning my life. No, so what's on my mind this week is in line with me being a planning nerd, and it's all about how we align our intentions to reality. So how do we make stuff happen? How do we make it real? And I've been thinking about that all over the place. So yesterday I had a full day offsite with my team, not with someone else's team. We had a strategy day.
Did you have a facilitator?
I was the facilitator.
You didn't eat your own dog food?
Did not eat my own dog food. It was really good. And we talked about, so we'd kind of done a lot of the more strategy stuff around what's our vision, what are we focusing on, what are our outcomes. Like we'd done all of that before. So yesterday was about operating model. How do we take all of those bright ideas and convert them into a lovely little system that's going to make action come out the other end? And what do we need to do and who needs to do what? And I just walked out feeling, well, a couple of things. One of them was really energized and the other one was just a bit of peace. So you're getting your peace at the moment by doing nothing for a week in Taranaki. I'm getting my peace by writing down plans and assigning responsibilities and feeling very calm and peaceful about that.
So you've got control and order in your life.
Yes.
Or at least the illusion of it.
Or at least the illusion of it, and I'll take it. But I've been thinking a lot about what it takes to actually do something that we care about. So you're on holiday right now, right? And a lot of people...
No, not holiday. Not holiday.
Sorry. You're on a retreat. You're on a generative, restorative break.
Correct.
And that's one of those things. So there's some things. There's holidays where people go, I really need to take a holiday. I don't know when I can, but one day I'd like to take a holiday. I'd really like to finish my kitchen. I don't see when I'm ever going to find the time, but one day I'd like to finish my kitchen. One day I'll start a business. One day I'll write a book. We have a goal. And then it just stays there, floating in the frickin' ether like a bunch of meaningless words.
So that's not a goal?
No, it's not, is it? It's a wish. It's a dream.
Yeah.
And I like to say, well, okay, so what are you going to do? What's your plan? What's in your calendar? What have you bought? Who have you spoken to?
How are you going to make it happen?
Yeah, how are you going to make it happen?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite interested in all the different ways that we can actually make things happen. And how do we get over whatever the weird thing is that stops us from doing it?
I like that question, right? Like I particularly like the way you say all the different ways. Like there's no one right way to do this.
Yeah.
And so your way is writing a plan is one thing.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about that. So you're wondering about all the different ways. Does that mean people have to come up with their own ways, or do you give them a menu and here's things?
Yeah, I'm just singing off you now. Like I just got really excited about you picking up on me saying that, because when you are a very organised planning human like I am, it's really easy to think that that is the best way, right? And so people come to me for advice. I mentor people. I'm running a group called Get Your Shit Together where I help people do this. And they're like, what is your way? And I'm like, okay, here's my way. My way is get it in your calendar, create a system, organise it, send emails before you leave the room, purchase it, commit to it, you know? So I'm all like, make decisions, make the plan, convert to action, do it quickly. But you just saying just then, what are all the different ways? I just had this immediate thought about some of the other people I work with who that doesn't work for them. They don't want to plan and schedule everything. In fact, when they do, they feel overwhelmed and constrained and unhappy. So what are the versions of turning things into reality that aren't the psycho Alicia Mackay get your shit together variety?
Right. So here's one. So let's reflect on personal experience. So for me, one of the best things I can do is just say no to a whole lot of stuff first, right? So clear the decks, right? So if I'm doing that, then I've got the old 80-20 principle going on, the Pareto Principle of, so 80% of my efforts, is it? No, 20% of what I've lost it.
Mate, your maths is way off on holiday.
But this idea that if you just focus on a few key things, you'll get most of the outcome. Yeah, my brain's just mushed. But this idea that there's only a few key things and we focus on those, we get the vast majority of the results. So to me, it's about identifying the few key things and getting rid of everything else, or at least fading it into the background. And then I don't need a to-do list. I don't need here's 10 things I need to do. I go, here's the one leveraged thing that if I just do that, everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
So to me, that's personally feels way more spacious than a huge list of actions to do. I get overwhelmed with a list of actions. I just go, shit, I'm only 10% of the way through. So because each action...
That's really interesting.
Isn't it, right? Because, and you think about the strategy bit, isn't it about like not all actions are equal?
Totally. I was just thinking about Peter Cook actually. What is the smallest possible next step you can take toward this?
Yeah, that's another one.
So that's a different frame entirely. So there's the leverage one, there's like your corner anchor one. Then there's what's the smallest next thing you can do? Because so much of the challenge is just getting momentum, right? It's just it's like riding a bike. Like once you've pushed off, it's a lot easier to get going.
Absolutely. I love that one. So there's the poet David White. He's one of my favourite poets, writers. He talks about just take the first step, don't worry about the second or the third. And that's what you're saying. It's like, well, what's the next thing to do? Let's just do that. And even if it's not the perfect thing to do, at least you got momentum, right?
Well, and it makes it real now. So you can walk around saying, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. But you know how often the first thing you do when you write a book is you get your cover done? And then you're like, oh, look at this. This is real. You haven't done anything toward writing a book, but you have a cover now. And you're like, well, this is real. How do you take it out of your head and make it a visible, tangible piece of reality?
It's a little bit like even less tangible things like the conversations you need to have, right?
Yeah.
So you can go, I need to have this conversation. And Cam is awesome at saying, let's have a conversation now then, right? And I love it that he does that because it's then less about something that's going to happen in the future. It's actually, well, why do we have to wait? Let's do it now. And I really like that. And it kind of brings any fear straight to the fore, but then also it melts away because you're in it, right? And I love that idea of, well, maybe we'll just do it now. And there's nothing tangible that comes out of that except maybe a feeling or an insight or something. But there's nothing that you've produced. But it's still the same idea, right? Just do it now.
Oh, did you read James Clear's 3-2-1 today? Have you read that?
No, because I'm not checking my emails.
Oh, you're not checking your email. I'm going to break what's on your mind etiquette and just because I'm going to get the quote wrong otherwise. And it's such a good one that I think it's worth grabbing. So one of his quotes today was... Oh, it was somebody else's. It was talking about facing change. Right, so it was a quote from James Baldwin. And it says, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And I screenshotted that one. That's where I should have looked. I screenshotted that one because I just love that. It's like we can't change everything necessarily, but we've got no hope of changing it if we haven't faced it. And what you just said about that now conversation and just actually put it in front of you and face up to it, oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's quite powerful, eh? Yeah, so this idea of no change happens without action, I think is what we're saying.
Yeah. Right?
So if you're contemplating change, making some sort of change happen right now, big, small, whatever, it's good to have the idea, you need the vision, but what's your next step? What are the ways in which you can go from idea to action?